Jellyroll versus Jellyroll? Well, apparently there are two Jelly-Rolls out in the world. Jason DeFord, who is famously known as Jellyroll, as well as a Philadelphia-based wedding band, horn, party band, celebratory band, who has also used the moniker Jellyroll, they claim, for over 40 years now. And now, after Jason DeFord, aka Jellyroll's astronomical rise into fame and notoriety in country music and beyond, the Philadelphia-based wedding band Jellyroll is suing the country artist, saying now that Jason DeFord's moniker, also nickname given to him by his mother, Jellyroll, is causing quite the confusion with the Philadelphia-based wedding band and their fans, claiming that it is misleading and an infringement on their Jellyroll moniker for their band, which is also apparently trademarked. And again, back on April 8th, the Philadelphia-based wedding band Jellyroll filed a federal lawsuit against Jason DeFord, aka Jellyroll. But first, before we get into the lawsuit, let's kind of go through what has kind of transpired with this band Jellyroll from Philadelphia and Jason DeFord, aka Jellyroll. Jellyroll from Philadelphia first went to their social media to try to clarify any confusion with their fans. They ended up making quite a long post about this. Here is the post that you can see on your screen right now. It reads, "Hi everyone, we wanted to provide you with some clarification. Jellyroll, the original Philadelphia horn party band, is busier than ever performing at the region's most sophisticated luxury weddings and high-end events, including the upcoming Philadelphia Auto Show Black Tie Tailgate Preview Gala, recent Army-Navy galas, and even two events at the White House. We have become aware of you, and you may have heard of another Jellyroll who has recently gained some fame in the country music scene, Jason DeFord, the Nashville area crossover singer-songwriter. It's imperative that we avoid confusion for our band that has been performing as Jellyroll for over 40 years. Therefore, we have an obligation to inform the public that Mr. DeFord performing as Jellyroll is misleading and an infringement on our band's Jellyroll trademark. We have run into issues with our social media accounts, search engine optimization, Google Ads, as well as overall brand recognition. The related promotion of his performance at the popular local Philadelphia Jingle Ball has caused confusion within our fan base, resulting in multiple inquiries requesting information on the event." They go on to say, "This is to clarify that the original Jellyroll is not part of this event. Click the link in our bio to read the full statement, and please reach out with any additional questions. Thank you, the Jellyroll family." Now, when you click the link on Jellyroll's bio, it takes you to BVT Live, and one of the things I wanted to point out is that they do have a review from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Again, if you're in the Philadelphia area, it's probably not a surprise to hear about this band because according to the Inquirer and on BVT Live's website, it is one of the best live music bands in Philly. Again, they're saying for over 40 years. This website has it as the reviews are in. Jellyroll is one of the best live music bands in Philly, as well as the top dance and party band in the Northeast. Critics and guests agree that Jellyroll is considered the best wedding band in Philadelphia. Jellyroll, Philadelphia's original horn band, is the band for a fantastic party. And as you can see here, see what the Philadelphia Inquirer had to say about Philly's favorite wedding band. So it does seem as though the Philadelphia-based Jellyroll has been around for quite some time. Again, we're talking for over 40 plus years is what they claim, putting them around the year of 1980, which we know Jellyroll was not born until 1984. That's come into the conversation as well. But now we're going to get into the lawsuit and some of the verbiage on what the band Jellyroll has claimed for the use of the moniker Jellyroll by Jason DeFord. This comes from The Consequence of Sound. Let's go ahead and get right into this lawsuit and some of its verbiage. Again, here it is from The Consequence of Sound. They have it as rapper turned country singer Jellyroll has been sued for trademark infringement by a Philadelphia wedding band called Jellyroll. And as you can see here, the two spellings of the name are a little different. Jellyroll clearly has a space in it for Jason DeFord's version, and then the band Jellyroll has no space with a non-capitalized R. Consequence of Sound shared that, first reported by Court Watch, Jellyroll founder Kurt Tichnell sued the more famous Jellyroll, which bore Jason DeFord, as we have been over, in federal court on Monday, April 8th, alleging that his band had been using the name for decades, long before DeFord began putting out music under his current moniker. Tichnell also claims Jellyroll's rise in popularity has impacted the ability of Philly's favorite wedding band to find work while infringing on their trademark for the name, filed in 2010. So back in 2010, the band Jellyroll is claiming that is when they were able to obtain their trademark for their band's name of Jellyroll. So we have quotations here. This is direct verbiage from the lawsuit itself. Consequence of Sound shares, prior to the defendant's recent rise in notoriety, a search of the name Jellyroll returned references to the plaintiff. It goes on to say, now any such search on Google returns multiple references to defendant, perhaps as many as 18 to 20 references before any reference to plaintiff's entertainment dance band known as Jellyroll can be found. So you can see here as well, according to the lawsuit, the wedding band Jellyroll has performed at celebratory and charitable events throughout the Northeast since at least 1980. Again, there's that year that they're claiming they sort of began performing. They add, though DeFord has claimed in interviews that Jellyroll was a childhood nickname given by his mother, he didn't start using it as an artist name until a 2003 self-release mixtape called The Plain Schmear Tape, which then little-known rapper followed with a string of independent projects. And then, of course, just below that, they talk about how the band and Jason DeFord, aka Jellyroll, have coexisted together, and they begin to mention that it wasn't until much of his notoriety after his single Son of a Sinner, and then of course that charting at #1 on the country charts, and then he's also been nominated for Best New Artist at the Grammys, and we know that he's picked up several CMT awards since then. The plaintiff's attorneys also said that they had sent a cease and desist letter to Jellyroll's management back in the month of February. They say that led to several conversations. However, they write there was no resolution to the matter, and Jellyroll's lawyers even questioned whether the two artists were really in competition at one point. Again, as you can see here, quotations, so direct verbiage from the lawsuit. Despite his receipt of a demand to cease and desist using plaintiff's registered service mark, defendant has ignored this demand and continues to use plaintiff's registered service mark, knowing that it continues to irreparably harm plaintiff, but has nevertheless callously disregarded the rights of plaintiff to his own service mark. And what the Philadelphia-based band is seeking, according to this article here from Consequence of Sound, a court order putting a stop to Jellyroll's use of the name, particularly concerning his concert at Philadelphia's Wells Fargo Center, upcoming in the month of October of this year. And when you look at the past, it's a pretty good indication of maybe the future, but I'm no attorney here, but I will say Lady Antebellum had changed their name to Lady A. They then got into a lawsuit over the name of Lady A. That was ultimately settled. They are still considered and called and using the moniker Lady A. And other than what we have read here from Consequence of Sound, diving into the information that they have pulled from Court Watch on this lawsuit, it does not appear that there has been any other statements made, particularly by Jason DeFord, aka Jellyroll, on this matter. But as updates become available and things progress within this case, we will continue to bring you those updates. So that'll be all for today's video here on CountryCast. Remember to be sure to subscribe down below as well, so you never miss out on any breaking news and updates.